Wilcox is having a bad day. But help is on the way. And his name is Chef Ramsay.
I'm here to rent the apartment.
Suburban Commando.
Honey, it's for you.
It's Hulk Hogan, like you've never seen him before. Skateboarding, child raising, crime fighting.
It's the mailman.
Charlie Wilcox has just discovered the solution for all life's problems.
Leave a message or take a seat. I said take a seat. Funny. That's real funny.
Sometimes I just get carried away.
I'm just your landlord. I bring you an extra bar of soap when you need it. For being a target for intergalactic bounty hunters is a little out of my line. I was frozen today.
Hulk Hogan.
What a nervous guy.
Christopher Lloyd. Suburban Commando.
You got any idea what we're gonna do to you?
You're gonna pound my face.
What are you, nuts? This is the 90's. We're gonna sue you.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the 90's Guys show. Today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite 1990s movies. As you can see here, I got my old school Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I have not seen the movie. I want to see the movie. It looks really good. I've heard good things about it. I wasn't too sure when the movie was announced whether it would be something that I would be interested in going and seeing. Because I grew up with the 90s TV show. Of course, the TV show that actually came out before that was in Japan, known as Super Sentai. But anyways, today is not about Power Rangers. I wanted to talk about some of my favorite 90s movies. Some of them you may remember, some of them you may not. These are just some of my favorite ones. Grosse Point Blank, starring John Cusack and Joan Cusack. John Cusack plays a hitman that gets a notification, a letter in the mail from his high school reunion. He goes back to his hometown to do a job, and he gets kind of sucked in back to his old life, and he wants to get out of the hitman game. He visits his high school sweetheart girlfriend, who he left on prom night many, many years ago, and she had no idea where he went. But in the process, he also is accompanied by Dan Aykroyd, which is also a hitman that wants him to join forces with him. Very good movie, very good soundtrack. The plot is awesome. I absolutely loved it. It came out in, I believe, 96. Could be wrong. 97, actually. Very good film. Awesome movie. Up next, Suburban Commando. Hulk Hogan plays an alien bounty hunter that crashes his ship on Earth and has to find a way back. The aliens actually find out where he's at. Some of the people that are in the movie are Christopher Lloyd and Shelley Duvall. Christopher Lloyd is plays a character that's pretty much a, square, stick in the mud type of person who is just, gets pushed over in life, and then he meets Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan ends up teaching him how to be more assertive and be a hero, I guess you could say, to his family and just people in general. Very good film, very cheesy, but once again, it's got Hulk Hogan in it, and I love Hulk Hogan, I love professional wrestling, so this was definitely an awesome movie back in the day, along with Mr. Nanny. Another one of my classics is Disney's Heavyweights. Fantastic movie, awesome. It's about a bunch of kids who go to a fat camp. They're thinking they're going there to have fun, race go-karts, stuff like that. The owners of the camp actually get bought out by the character of Ben Stiller, who wants them all to lose weight. He's trying to sell a fitness video, and they get all their food taken away, except for healthy food. He forces them to exercise. Very, typical 90s kids movie. Very good movie. Absolutely loved it. if I remember correctly, the movie came out in, if I can find a date here, I can't find the date, but I want to say 93, 94. I don't remember the exact date. Another one up is Rookie of the Year, which is just awesome. It stars Thomas Ian Nicholas, which he breaks his arm during a game. He suddenly can pitch like crazy. He gets drafted to the Chicago Cubs, and starring Gary Busey, Daniel Stern, and he basically plays for the Chicago Cubs. He's a professional baseball player at 12 years old. He brings them to the playoffs. Typical, kids 90s movie, lots of slapstick comedy, very good plot. Baseball was very popular in the mid-90s, so it's not uncommon to find a lot of baseball movies during then. Which brings me to this one, Little Big League. This kid's grandfather owned the Minnesota Twins. They weren't doing so well. This kid was also 12 years old. He becomes the manager of the Twins and makes the team even better. Some of the similarities between this and Rookie of the Year. Very good movie, once again. Lots of nostalgia. Dennis the Menace, starring Walter Matthau. Very good movie. It's a live-action movie about the cartoon and comic strip. Typical stuff, him playing pranks on people, getting in trouble, things like that. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's got Christopher Lloyd in it, Walter Matthau. There isn't a whole lot to say. It's a really good movie, very classic. I'm sure you've seen it before. Burt Reynolds stars in Cop and a Half. This kid named Derek Butler, he is obsessed with being a cop, and he memorizes lingo from Miami Vice, other different cop shows, and he witnesses a crime of somebody getting killed. He asked for Burt Reynolds. He plays Detective Nick McKenna, a rather unorthodox police officer, and he wants to become a cop. And he said that in order for him to release the information of what he saw, he wants to ride along with him. Like I said, very good movie. Lots of hidden adult humor, I guess you could say. Burt Reynolds did a really good job in it. Burt Reynolds is, an excellent actor anyway. If you've noticed a theme, most of these are 90s kids types movies. They're still good. They still bring lots of nostalgia to me, and I'm sure they will to a lot of you. I got most of these for a couple bucks at garage sales, thrift shops, stuff like that. And today's show is brought to you by Fresca. I'm just kidding. It is delicious. Yes, they still make it. Very delicious. Very refreshing. Fresca. But anyways, watch my other videos. Check out FNX Network. My podcast Slamcast is on there. It's also on iTunes. Check out the Slamcast Facebook page. Check out the 90s Guy Facebook page. Like this video. Hit the subscribe button down below. Check out my other videos. And I'll see you all later.